I love it.
So hi guys, this is Mojirade. Please, no Moji for short. Mojirade. My name is Mojirade, and this is Naomi's podcast. Welcome to the Believer's Lifestyle with Royalty podcast. It's Mojirade here, and I'm going to be your chief host for today. The other person can just go and eat beans.
Wow. Okay, so Mojirade, thank you for the warm welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome to my podcast.
Wow. So guys, we have is it Anna B AI hijacker? English language. Yeah. Somebody has hijacked my podcast from me in the person of Mojirade as she has introduced herself. So let me just do the introduction from the beginning. Hi Royals, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, depending on the time you're listening to me. It's your girl again, Royalty, and I'm so excited. I am so excited to be doing this with my... What's that I call you now? Oh, like
community, you want to call me?
With my babe, with my friend of... How many years is this our friendship? Remind me.
6 years.
Like 6 years, yeah. So today's episode... is
person for don't go secondary school finish. That's okay.
Really. So today's episode is on friendship. That is why the hijacker is here at the moment.
I'm not an hijacker. This is my podcast.
Okay, no problem.
Don't stress me.
No problem. Do you, baby? So this is an episode on friendship, and it is something that's been laid in my heart for a while to talk about. So I decided that why not just, talk about friendship with my friend. And so it's not be you are the first guest of my podcast. Oh my god.
Of course.
It's giving VIP cute stuff.
It's because of the grace of God upon my life.
Amazing stuff. So
first, the grace for first.
Glory, hallelujah.
Many guests will come after this, guys. Don't worry.
Yes, many guests will come after this, especially this year. But Mojirade is our first guest, so I think we should buy her. What do you want? I should buy you land in Ekpe.
That's too small.
It's too small. It's Dubai land you want. Mm-mm. Okay, I should buy you a golf pack.
A couple of money in Kuwait.
Very nice. Just send your accounts. My secretary will reach out to you. You understand? Okay, so
this girl, you actually spent like 20 minutes drafting out question, guys. So
I didn't spend 20 minutes drafting any question.
I really want to know the question that she's going to ask.
Just calm down. I think the thing is that I love to talk. You guys already know that I love to talk, and I know I can go off topic, off points. We can talk about different things. So I just wanted to make sure that it was streamlined.
Please, if people should note that she not asked me this question before we started.
Yes, so I did not. So it's fresh and exciting.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
That's right. So we're going to just start with a very simple question. Yes, I'm saying. Okay, so what's your favorite memory of us from secondary school days?
Okay. So my favorite memory is, obviously, I think you should know the answer to this. What do you think it is?
Did you done it on me?
No.
Oh,
what do you think it is?
The ride back from Cisco.
Yes, no. That's
okay.
it.
That was actually the beginning, anyways.
Yeah.
And it was some really cute stuff.
It was really nice.
Yeah, so we went for this leadership conference and organized by our school. And it was, for me, it was an interesting few days because my close friend...
I was sick throughout, guys. Just so you know.
I was
sick.
Oh, cute stuff. My close friends did not go on the trip with me, so I was feeling kind of lonely. I couldn't really blend in because other people came with their own clique. But at the end of the day, I had fun. But this madam here, doing her own thing in her own world, was sick. And then we just sat together on the bus back home. And that was the spark of something very beautiful, I tell you. So, another question. How has our friendship evolved over the years?
These questions. Anyways. Okay, so I think that it first started out like really nice, and then she came to school, to uni, and I was still I was doing my A levels. So at that time we not talk so much. again, but she was very persistent. Me, I don't know how to maintain long distance relationships with people, and so most times once you're outside of my space, I just move on.
So you cut me off.
I didn't cut you off. We're just not.
I'm just joking.
But like she was always reaching out, like really always like caring about me, asking my mom, how far with Moji's admission, uni, what are guys' plans. She literally dragged her whole family aside her dad to my house and just was asking, and she was really, and it was the intentionality for me, because I had suffered a lot of friendship heartbreaks, and then there was this person that was really intentional about me. Mind my voice, guys. My voice always has a lot of transitions, but yeah. So I ended up going to the same school, and God has helped us since. This giving marriage talk.
It's so
that last line, God has helped us since.
Yes, now God has helped us since, and I feel like for me, the girl. Let me just say, the girl is just a very amazing person.
Duh.
And baby, what happens to you? So Mojirade is one of those people that I think along the years.
Stop! Let me
She's
close my ears.
She's one of those people that along the years have inspired me a lot, especially in my walk with God. Sometimes I just look at her and I'm like, wow, she's being very dramatic right now, but don't mind her. Oh well, I have a question for you. Are you ready for me?
I think so. I think I am.
Okay, so what's something you appreciate most about our friendship?
Not something. Let me say 3 things.
Wow. Okay.
I appreciate the vulnerability, the sincerity, and the fact that it's a safe space. You don't have to pretend to be something that you're not.
Aww.
And I think, in a lot of friendships, especially girl friendships, everybody's always trying to be something, and always like, I don't know, there's just this thing about, you cannot be yourself because everybody's in competition with the other person. She has this week, so I have to get this week, or this. But I think our friendship is sincere, it's vulnerable, and it's a safe space. So yes, those are things I appreciate.
Guys, I'm blushing.
Is our friendship not your friendship? So
let me blush in peace.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to move on to another set of questions. But I feel like you answered the next question in the last question, but I'm still going to ask because it's my question and it's my podcast. I cannot hijack it.
Ask away, man.
So, okay, what does friendship mean to you? Now, this is not necessarily about like with us.
Okay. What does friendship mean to me?
Mm-hmm.
One of my biggest problems, is I have such high expectations from people. I have such high expectations from friendships. And I think I set quite high standards for my friendships. Well, what does friendship mean to me? I think your friend is someone who you can count on to be there for you in times when you feel like other people can't be there. Like in times when other people will not stand by you. I think my friends are people who can tell me the truth. Because there's something that is really lacking in a lot of friendships, and that's sincerity. Like, I like when I'm doing something wrong, or you feel like I'm doing something wrong, and you can call me out on it. Not just the fact that we are working together and you see something wrong in this person's life, you identify that this thing isn't right, and you can't call the person to order. I don't think people who cannot call you to order are your friends. I don't think so. Maybe just companions. But real friends will call you to order when things are going wrong. So yes, I think, and real friends steer you in the direction that God will have you go for your life. Like Jonathan and and David. There's one of my friends that, I really particularly appreciate for that, because there were times when I felt like this person was also qualified for some things that I was doing. But this person never for once showed any signs of envy or jealousy. They were just always there, just cheering me on. And I think my own love language in friendships now is the act of service. Like,
yes, because Auntie Moji has different love languages for different situations in life.
No.
It's fine. It's actually, I was listening to something, right? And they were talking about how that love languages can come up more than the other, depending on where you are. So I get you. So that also reminded me of a video I watched on Instagram. So 2 friends were going out, both of them girls, in the car. So the first girl already entered the car. She was the one driving, and she was playing this kind of music that, when you were younger, they'll probably block your ear. I
think
don't
you sent
listen.
me that video.
I think I did. Don't listen to this. So the other girl now came in and she was like, what's going on? What's this music about? She was like, that she just likes to listen to this kind of music that it gets her really, really pumped and really excited. And the other friend is like, she's trying to, is she okay? Did she smoke something? Did she fall down and hit her head? Because what do you mean you're playing this kind of music? She was like that. We need to talk about this, right? So she didn't allow her to go. She didn't allow her to drive the car. She just kept insisting that they could not go on that trip. And she was like, listen to this kind of gospel, listen to gospel music. Why is English suddenly tying my tongue? So listen to gospel music. And she's like, no, that this gospel music is boring. The look on her face was so... It was like, I'm going to slap this girl today. I think that was what was my own look anyways. She was very patient. So that just goes to show that there is just an interesting way that friendships will steer you, an interesting way that your friends will know that you are going down the wrong path, and they will not be rubbing your head that, she's just going through a tough time, that's why she should just continue along that line. They will be there to say, you need to stop this. They will call you out on certain things that you know that you're not supposed to be doing. So yeah, friendship for me too is that you should be able to call me out on stuff. And then friendship, I love when people are there for me. I don't know how to explain the feeling, especially the thoughts that the person just notices that something is wrong and they just step in sometimes the way they feel you need, or communicate to you that, I feel like this is what tell me what you need in this moment, and then they go ahead and be that for you, and it's just so beautiful having friends, right? Another question: how has having close friends impacted your life?
Okay, so the kind of person I am is that I don't have many friends, right?
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Because I just really like, having my people. I know that sounds very weird and selfish, but I like having my people. And I believe that not everybody should have equal access to your life. That's how I see it. Even Jesus had 3 people. Was it 3?
Yeah.
3 people that he was closest to. So I think that the way it is you should always identify certain people with the leading of the Holy Spirit that can have a certain access to things that other people don't have access to. And with that being said, having close friends has sort of given me a sanctuary. I don't know how to explain that, but like I said, safe space. Your friends, I will say, like, they are a safe space for you, right? And having close friends has stirred me up. Same thing I said earlier, has stirred me up. I think it's something I just look out for in my friends. If you can't stir me up, you can't push me, I see no reason why you should have a certain level of access to my life. I'm very picky about my friendships, right? So yeah, how has having close friends impacted my life? It has really been good. That's what I'm gonna say, man. I don't know what to say.
Okay, so to like just buttress that point for with scripture, Proverbs 27 verse 17 says, "As iron sharpens iron, so a friend sharpens a friend." And I've seen where they carry knife to market to go and sharpen it. That thing that they used to sharpen it is also iron. And then looking at it, it just makes me realize that in truth, even backed by scripture, what we are saying is very correct, in that your friend should be able to sharpen you. You should be able to sharpen each other. And the beauty of life is that God is so beautifully diverse and he created us as such. So some people's strengths are other people's weaknesses, and some people's weaknesses are other people's strengths. So sometimes we come together as friends and then we complement each other based on whichever one our strengths or weaknesses are. So Proverbs 18:24 also says, "There are friends," NLT puts that friends in quotes, "who destroy each other, but a real friend sticks closer than a brother." Even at times, there are situations that your family may not even be able to understand fully. There are exceptions anyway, because my own sister is my friend. My sister is my friend. She's my very, very close friend. So, there are just situations where a friend is that person that you need through that situation. And it just goes to show the reason God did not create us, did not drop from heaven. Because there was a time that I used to feel like, why didn't I drop from heaven? Why did I have to come through a family setting and grow through this process? But, God is very meticulous and very intentional. So next question is, what qualities do you think are essential for a strong, healthy friendship?
All right, so qualities. You mean do you mean it in a way like what qualities sustain a strong, healthy friendship? Number one, intentionality. You have to put in, to a fair extent, I think I care about my friends to a very good extent. I prioritize my friendships. And I think you have to be intentional about, there's this thing that people say about networking. Oh, go to events, network with people, because somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows the president.
Yeah.
And so the world is really a small place. While I agree with that thing, I don't necessarily agree with networking if you're not going to make the effort to build something from that network. Some people just accumulate numbers of people on their phone and that it just ends there. And so I don't necessarily believe in just network and all of that. I think that there's a certain level of intentionality that comes with you being able to call somebody your friend. There was this thing I did that I'm still doing. God is helping me. But I drew up, for this entire month of March, I drew up people I'll be texting each day.
Oh, wow.
Just to check up on them.
Ah.
So you have to be, you might have a busy schedule, but you have to be intentional about the people, because, there's something that God made me see. And he made me see that a lot of things that are given to you are actually for you to steward. And you should be able to, if God has placed certain people in your lives, you should be able to steward their presence. Because nobody is small in the eyes of God. Nobody is little. You might see, they have humble beginnings, but you need to be able to properly steward the relationships that God has given to you. And that comes with a certain level of intentionality. Number two, communication.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, you need to be able to communicate things that you don't like, because your friends will offend you. And you will offend your friends.
Yeah.
But you need to be able to speak up. And one thing I've learned is, if somebody is not willing to make adjustments for you, or there's a certain level of adaptability that comes with being able to interact with people. Tolerance. You have to be very tolerable. And so if somebody is not willing to adapt to make adjustments, to have you accommodate you in their life, then that person is not worth being your friend. So you need to be able to communicate. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this. I think that, and you also need to be able to communicate with wisdom, because there are some people that will just come and meet you, and the way they will communicate the things that they don't like. You, if you want to, like, you just be angry that, okay, so what do you expect me to do now? But I think there's a certain level of compassion and patience. You know, the Bible says in 1 Corinthians 13, the attributes of love. Love is patient, love is kind. That doesn't just appear. You know, some people take that scripture just to... I don't know why people think love just has to do with relation, like being in a romantic relationship. It's very annoying. No, I'm serious. But those things apply to your friends too.
Yeah.
Love is patient, so you should be patient with your friends.
Yeah.
Love is kind. You should be kind towards your friend, not just that person that you have a romantic feeling towards. You should be patient with your friends. You should be kind to them. You should not be boastful towards them. You should not be proud. I think all those characteristics in 1 Corinthians 4-8 are what define a good friendship, actually. So yes.
Wow. I feel like I have to sit back and drink water on that thing that I just said. You understand what I'm saying now? I think that was really amazing. And I also believe that, love is something that is also a very essential ingredient in friendship. Definitely an essential ingredient in friendship. And there was something somebody was saying. This person was talking about it in terms of a romantic relationship. But as she has said, it should also work with your friends. So the person said to replace your name with the word love in that 1 Corinthians 13. And there I tried it. Hey! I think I talked about something like this on the second episode, What About Love? And let's just do this exercise together. So as you're listening to me, I want you to be doing this. Anywhere you hear my name, because I'm going to be replacing my name with love, you are also going to be replacing it with your own name. Don't say my name, oh. Okay, so royalty is patient.
Mojirade is patient.
Royalty is kind.
Mojirade is kind.
Mojirade does not envy.
Why you say my name? You just told them not to say.
Swap it. Say my own name.
Royalty is kind.
No, the envy part.
Royalty does not envy.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, let's switch back.
The
confusion on your face is so funny.
Like, bro.
That was actually a mistake.
Okay.
It's love. Stop.
Love is patient. Okay. Mojirade is patient. Yes.
Okay. Royalty does not boast.
Mojirade does not boast.
Royalty is
it's
not
like
proud.
you want to.
Why is your name entering my mouth?
It's the love. It's the love. I'm sorry.
Stop. Hold it. Let us finish this podcast. Royalty does not dishonor others.
Mojirade does not dishonor others.
Royalty is not self-seeking.
Mojirade is not self-seeking.
Royalty is not easily angered.
Mojirade is not easily angered.
Royalty keeps no record of wrongs.
Mojirade keeps no record of wrongs.
Royalty does not delight in evil.
Mojirade does not delight in evil.
But rejoices with the truth.
But she rejoices with the truth.
Royalty always protects.
Mojirade always protects.
Always trusts.
Always trusts.
Always hopes.
Always hopes.
Always perseveres.
Always perseveres.
So, love is a lot.
I mean, if you actually sit down, now that you said this thing, it's something I also do, and I just say I say I, not my name. But when you just read it again, I just reflected that if we actually apply this to our friendships, we're patient with our friends,
we're kind
because
to them.
Really, I think that everybody will have beautiful friendships.
Very, very, very much so. Very much so. I think it will make a world of difference in truth. So, okay, we're about to get to some other interesting questions.
Hello, guys. Please,
okay.
Royals.
Yes.
That's what you guys are
What's
called.
happening?
Please come and save me.
Save you as out there. I'm sure they're enjoying themselves listening to this right now. Please. I wish this was. Anyways, in time, Sha. In time, because you need to see these girls' expressions. So, have we
Fun
ever?
fact about me, sorry.
Yeah.
I can't hide my expressions.
Yeah,
so if
she
this
can't.
was a video,
You cannot to save our life.
I'm sorry.
She wears an expression on her face like
I'm
this.
glad that this is the
Don't worry, we'll still do that one.
No.
We invite you so that everybody can see.
I'll know it or not that invitation. I'm sorry.
You will not know what. I will drag you. I am Lori. They will drag you. You don't know anything. Yes, you will Lori. So, have we ever faced any challenges or disagreements in our friendships?
I think.
And how did we overcome them?
I think it was once.
Okay.
You know, let me toot my own a bit.
Hey! It is well.
I think that I'm someone who makes excuses for people, right? And so I would most likely just ignore everything away. But there was this thing that she did one time that really got me mad. And it was because I don't know. Okay. Let me notice my own before we also start thinking I'm proud. But yeah, and then do I need to go into detail?
You can if you want.
Do you want me to go into?
You can go into details.
So it was that day. We had this picnic, and then my dad came to pick me. But I told my dad to be going.
Oh my god!
Because I wanted to spend time with my friends. There was this other person there that I don't want to mention. Anyways, so yeah, we got there and they left me alone, and I was just there, and it was like I was a third wheel, and I was like, I left angrily.
Oh my!
And then both of them now started texting me that, are you okay? In my mind, I'm like, what sort of question is that?
My.
Anyways, so how did we resolve it? Back to what I said. I think in any form of relationship, whether romantic, friendship, or relationship with people around you, one thing that is very key is communication. And so she communicated. I communicated how I felt. I want to recommend a book. Please read Non-Violent Communication. If the amount of times I've talked about that book, you think I finished reading it, but I've not. Please read it. I'm not done.
Wow.
But like the book is very insightful. It would teach you how to properly communicate with people. It speaks about how you express your need and you express like what you expected and just stuff like that. Sure.
Yeah.
So I think that was all we did. I just said, oh, this was how what you people did made me feel. And she apologized, which I think every sensible person should do. No, it's actually true now. If you properly communicate your grievances, let me say grievances now, to a friend, they should be able to apologize sincerely and not make it sound like, oh, what's doing you? I think we're adults now, and all those childish things we used to do can't stop. We should be able to. No, I'm serious. We should be able to communicate. Oh, you did this. I didn't like it, and I would have expected you to do this.
Yeah, and I think to buttress what she's saying, what she's also trying to say is that the other person should also be able to not say, how do I put this now? Invalidate how that person feels. Because sometimes you may not have intended for that to happen, but that does not negate the fact that that's how the person felt. Yeah. So sometimes you're just like, oh, I didn't do that, or that's not what I meant, and then you get defensive. But in truth, the person is just trying to say, oh, this is what happened. This is how you acted made me feel. Do you understand? So you're supposed to address how they felt, not necessarily, oh, that was not my intention, so you should not feel like that. Yeah,
I think we should act like a little scenario. So let's say, for instance, now Naomi royalty,
anyone is fine,
saw me on the road and probably the way she greeted me was not nice. Now, so okay, let's say it's me.
Okay.
So royalty greeted me on the road, and then I just give this very off response. So now let's act drama.
Okay.
So tell me how you felt, then I'll tell you. I'll respond.
Okay.
So
me being me, I would have probably moved over this thing for a long time, because I know if I open my mouth immediately, it may not be very pretty words, I'm a very pretty girl, so I have to say like pretty things. So it may not be very pretty words that will come out of my mouth. So sometimes I just move over this thing, allow those people to brood on my heart and help me. Then I'll now speak. So it will probably go something like this. Okay, so you know that at that time now when you were walking, I saw you in front of NH and I greeted you.
You used to pass in front of me.
No, don't stress me.
Sorry.
It's drama that's for acting. Is my own.
I'm sorry.
That's my own this thing. Okay, so the way you greeted me, I was so excited to see you, right? And I infused all the enthusiasm in my body to greet you. And then you just give me that one kind response. And I actually didn't like it. It made me feel bad.
Yeah. So there are two ways I can respond to this now. What do you mean it made you feel bad? Do you know what I've been going through? Like, I was having a very bad day and you're just being inconsiderate and all of that. Yes, I might have been having a bad day, but I should not invalidate how she felt, even though that was not what I intended for her to feel. And I could go something like, oh, I'm really sorry that I made you feel that way. You know I'll never do anything to hurt you.
I'm blushing.
You know I'll never do anything intentionally to hurt you. I'm sorry. Even to bring up your grievances at that point in time is actually not necessary. You can just tell her later on that, oh.
I feel like if it's me, as per like we're very close, I would want to know actually.
Yeah, but like
what happened?
If it's somebody else, you might not just like want to say, oh.
At that point in time.
At that point in time. Then later you can now say, oh, do you know that?
Yeah, this will happen.
But don't invalidate how anyone feels because it's their feelings. And your actions, whether willingly or unwillingly, made them feel that way.
Yeah.
And whether that was your intention or not, you actually made them feel that way. And in as much as they are in charge of their feelings and how they feel, your actions generated those feelings. And so you should apologize.
Yeah, thank you. Where you come across scripts, we should be writing scripts for drama. You understand? Okay, so I think this is the last question that look like no.
Glory to God, man.
No, not the last question in the whole thing. Just counter.
Question she work over.
We have to
add subtitles, guys, because
I may have to actually find a way to add subtitles. Okay, so what advice would you give to someone who's struggling to maintain or nurture their friendships?
That's very... First of all, I would say that pray, because there are certain friendships that you outgrow. There are certain people that are just in your life for a short period of time, and there are certain people who are destiny friends that God has placed in your life.
So which one am I?
I don't know. Ask the Lord to answer. Ask the Lord to answer that question.
Okay.
Anyways, and friendships are not to be taken lightly because your friendships can make or mar you.
Yeah.
Right. Imagine if Jonathan was a Judas. What would have happened to David? So that just shows. And the more you grow, the closer your circle gets, like the smaller your circle gets, and the more some people drop from your life, really. So, in as much as, I think let's just talk a bit on friendship breakups. In as much as your friends, you might leave, like, certain people might drop off your life. It can be as a result of growth. Now, I want you to imagine that, you are getting, like, really, like, fat. Let's just say someone, or let's say a pig gets really fat. And the pig has a bead on the waist. As the pig gets fat, the weed will cut off at some point in time. And so there are certain people that cannot accommodate the level of growth that you now have. Now trying to maintain those and nurture those friendships is going to be counterproductive because I don't know how to word it without sounding bad. But yeah, I mean, you've outgrown them. Now, nurturing destiny relationships. That is, people that God has strategically positioned in your life. You have to be intentional. Like I said, friendships are to be stewarded. Recognizing that God has placed these people in my life. And so, let's look at the story of the talents now. The person who properly stewarded, what happened? The person was given more.
Yeah.
So you have to be very intentional. I think every single relationship comes with a level of intentionality. So nurturing friendships now, you have to be intentional. You have to recognizing that God has placed these people in your life.
Yeah.
Communicate and show love. I think I saw somebody's status some days ago. It was a guy, and he said, the show of love among males now is not something that is very common.
Yeah.
But he tries to get gifts for his male friends.
I wonder how that plays out.
That will actually feel very weird. But
at first.
yes,
Definitely.
but it's something that should be done. Like genuine love. Not something like if God has placed people in your life, ask for grace to love them genuinely. Not something that is just shallow, just but yeah. So be intentional. Pray for them.
Yeah.
And pray with them. Yes. Because there's something that prayer does to your heart.
Yeah.
So, and with your friendships as well. So
Wow.
I think those two things basically. Intentionality is a lot.
It's a backbone.
Is an answer to a lot of things. Your work with God, your relationship with God, intentionality.
Yeah.
Your relationship with your partner, intentionality. Your relationship with your friends, just be intentional.
Yes.
Intentionality will now, if you're intentional, it's now tell you the things, because I can't say that my friendship with what I need to nurture my friendship with Naomi is what Naomi will need to nurture a friendship with somebody else.
Yeah.
Because we are two different people and we have different dynamics. But all that would answer, or the thing one size fits all for both friendships, would be intentionality.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I feel like, clapping. Okay, let me clap. That was some wisdom nuggets. And remind me of that thing that I used to say. Something with Mo. Mind me now.
Which Mo?
Which kind of question?
What's Mo now?
What's Mo? You are Mo. I don't know whether it was supposed to be a podcast or. By the way, Mojirade has her own podcast.
Yeah.
Run and go and listen to it. As in, run. Oh yeah, introduce your podcast. Introduce. Why do
I introduce myself. I will not introduce my podcast.
Why you do and hijack the thing, ko?
But you said I could not hijack.
It's not me and you. You have hijacked it. You continue hijacking.
I have a faith-based podcast. Name of the podcast is Dear Believer.
Dear Believer.
Yeah, so it's just a couple of things or notes to believers. So, just check Spotify. This podcast is not about me. It's about this is Naomi's podcast, so you can you can just check out my podcast.
Yeah.
Listen.
Check it out, guys. You are going to be blessed, I promise you. So I know I said that question was the last of the 12 questions.
Oh my god.
But I have one more. I couldn't resist. So no, you can't see my question. So this girl, how has our friendship?
Sorry,
No.
I just remembered one random moment that I really liked was when she brought shawarma to my house one day and we split it into two and we were watching Ginny and Georgie. I liked that.
Oh, cute stuff.
It was cute.
So,
I think that was my first time eating shawarma, guys.
are you kidding me?
serious.
Stop. Are you being serious?
I'm serious.
Wow. My mind is blown.
Yeah.
My mind. Okay, we'll talk about that one later. How has our friendship helped you grow or learn something new about yourself?
All this on the spot question.
I love it.
Okay, I think that one thing that my friendship with you has taught me is like I know that Naomi loves me. This is why I don't want to answer.
I'm sorry. You should be used to my drama by now, but it's fine.
I know
forgive
that
you.
she does, and seeing that somebody loves me like that allows me not to settle for less in my other relationships with people, and it just makes me feel good, right, basically, and knowing that there's someone that doesn't necessarily have anything to gain from me, and she still loves me like that way. And I do believe that she's one of the people that God has placed in my life strategically, because she has constantly been, a backbone and a system of support, basically. And one thing that particularly stood out to me in the earlier years of our, one of the people that taught me to go for more was Naomi, actually. She's jack of all trades, master of all. No, I'm serious, but she has such a strong and compelling personality, and that's helped me to want more for myself as well. And she still keeps pushing me and keeps stirring me, gifts of God in my life. And I'm really grateful that she's my friend and sister.
Oh my god.
So, no, they do this kind of thing. Anyways.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm so happy I didn't skip that question.
I'm so happy.
I'm so happy. I'm going to listen to that part of the podcast like 8 million times, just so you know. Okay, so to the fun and light-hearted questions now. So, if we could plan a dream vacation together, where would we go, and what are we going to be doing there? Tell me.
I think that I'll leave this to Naomi because she's better at this kind of thing.
So let me explain myself.
Okay.
We'll first go to Mauritius, then we'll go to the Maldives, then we'll go to Florida. We are just going to be flying.
See why I said that we should leave it to her?
Yes, thank you. So I have a lot of activity. Oh my days. We'll go sightseeing. We'll be those tourists that are new. And it's probably going to be obvious because I'm going to be pointing at everything. And don't mind Mojirade, this one that she's acting all cool. She's also a very, very inquisitive, curious person. So I believe it's going to be an extraordinary vacation. I mean it. So it's going to be...
If I was planning vacation, it would just be something very quiet.
We'll not sit down inside. We'll not go anywhere. It's a lie. I will not allow it.
Sip juice.
No, I feel like I would definitely love that as part of the vacation. But to sit inside all day, absolutely not.
Not all day now. We'll take walks in the night.
You see, I'm out. That's still a quiet,
No.
I love silence.
That's why it's a vacation.
No, see, I love quiet. Sometimes I'm just praying to God that I don't become a hermit. Yes, I talk a lot. I'm very animated. Sometimes I've been accused of greeting like 70 people on the road.
Yes.
Between here and here, I've greeted so many people, asked how they are doing, that kind of a thing. But I love my own space. Mojirade loves her own space. Like, she's my Oga in that one anyways. But, like, I feel like a vacation should also, like, open your eyes to see the world. Like, I'm in another part of the world that is different.
Let's plan
Do you understand?
To Ghana when we graduate.
To Ghana.
And let's start saving.
Okay, no problem. You pay 70%. I'm bring 30.
15.
Okay, no problem. It's Mojirade that can do something like that we should go to Ghana. You remain, I will tell my daddy. Okay. So another question. What's a funny or quirky habit of mine that you've noticed over the years?
Nothing comes to mind.
Think. Oh yeah, you have small time. Think.
Let's come back to that question.
We should come back to the question. Okay. So if we could have any superpower as a duo, what would it be and why?
Please answer.
This one I am pushing out the questions today. Okay.
I feel like one thing that I and Royalty have in common is, and I would say that would be a superpower that both of us would like to have, and that's the power to change the world.
Yes, certainly.
Yeah,
certainly
impact, because I think that one thing that kind of joins us together is our desire for impact and change. And so I think that if we're to have a superpower, me on my own superpower that I want to have is invisibility.
No.
But if we're like to have,
I'm knocking my head.
if we're supposed to have a superpower together, I think that's what both of us would like is the power to change the world. Wait, do I want invisibility or speed?
I don't want to. I want to just be able to appear.
I want to be able to
and
teleport.
thank you. That's it. I want to be able to teleport. Imagine I'm here right now and then I'm in Paris. Oh my God.
Then they'll catch you for being an illegal immigrant.
Which illegal? And I will appear in another place.
Listen to confidence.
Okay. So before Mojirade goes and sleeps up on me, let's just round this up. So, in all honesty, I hope that you enjoyed this podcast.
Don't enjoy.
As much as I enjoyed this, I didn't know exactly how it was going to go, to be very honest, but I really did enjoy it. I like how it went, and I hope you did too.
Yeah.
And please, you could help me to clap for my dear, amazing Mojirade for being a guest. I'm so honored to have her on this podcast.
I'm honored to be here too, guys.
Yes, this man is... What she said about impact and wanting to change... What is this thing on your face? What she said about impact and wanting to change the world, that's one of the qualities I admire so much in Mojirade. Mojirade wants to change the world, but,
it's not possible to change the world.
Yeah, but like the whole
concept, just have a small impact.
On your own corner of the world, and that's one thing that she's so intentional about. One time she told me that I even saw that she was tutoring somebody for exams. I was just like, wow. She does things that make me sit down and think about my life. Like, okay, so what am I doing with my life now? But that's fine. And I hope this episode... I hope this episode has encouraged you. I hope it has enlightened you. I hope it has made you happy. Any which way, anything that you felt, I hope it is something that will propel you one step closer to destiny. I am excited because this is another episode. After my very long exams, I am finally back. I think I said I'm finally back like 20 million times, but you guys just have to forgive me. So, as usual, you can send me an email hey, I think I need to take English lessons again. tblwithroyalty.pod@gmail.com, and follow us on Instagram. How do I keep saying us? Follow me on Instagram. It's the same thing. At TBL. Yeah, at tblwithroyalty.pod on Instagram. I look forward to your messages. You can also leave comments on Spotify. Yes, I love to see your comments on Spotify, and I'll be eager to respond to them. Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.